Hi, and welcome to Learning Dutch with Kathy. Well, in today's lesson, we are going to learn important rules about the Dutch adjective. So, are you ready? Now, to have a better understanding about the use of adjectives in Dutch, we should have a closer look at the two following examples. First, we have the adjective klein and the noun huis. So, what would I say if I want to say I have a small house? Ik heb een klein huis. So, it is quite simple and similar in English that you say small house is klein huis. You just put the adjective in front of the noun. You already have a sentence. So, what would I say if I want to mention that small house is mine? So, first, the noun house is the het noun. So in Dutch we call it het huis. Het kleine huis is van mij. The small house is mine. So as you can see, an e is added at the end of the adjective klein. We've got kleine huis. Het kleine huis is van mij. So let's take another example with the same adjective klein. Ik heb een kleine auto. As you could see in this situation, an e is also added at the end of the adjective klein. Een kleine auto. And the kleine auto is van mij. So why? Why ik heb een klein huis, but ik heb een kleine auto? En het kleine huis is van mij. En de kleine auto is van mij. So, to answer this question, we should have a look through the rules for adjectives and the nouns in Dutch. So, the first thing that we need to do is to look at the nouns in the sentences. Whether the noun is undefined or a defined noun. In Dutch, we have defined noun with de and het articles. Here are some examples with de nouns. De stad, de stoel, de bus. And het nouns, het dorp, het weekend. So once we already determined that the noun is defined, so it is a very easy. We just simply add the e at the end of the adjective and put the noun after that. For example, we have adjective mooi and the noun het huis. So we're gonna have het mooie huis. And the same adjective mooi with the noun de huizen. We got de mooie huizen. It works similar with the adjective klein and the noun de stad. We've got de kleine stad. Klein, de steden, de kleine steden. So one important notice in Dutch, if it's a singular noun, we always have het and de nouns. But if the nouns become plural, for example, the houses, the cities, then all of the article become de. So what would we do if the noun in a sentence is undefined? And what is the undefined noun? You could recognize the undefined nouns if they have an article en in front or if they don't have article. For example, with an article en, een huis, een auto, een winkel, een stad. Or without article, when they are mentioned in general. For example, talen, brood, appels. And once you already determine the noun in a sentence is undefined, the next step you need to do is to know whether the noun is het or de noun. So if it's a de noun, It works exactly the same as both situations. You just simply add an E at the end of the adjective and you put it in front of the noun. For example, we've got the adjective moeilijk and the noun de taal. Ik vind Nederlands een moeilijke taal. I find that a difficult language. And if the noun in a sentence is undefined and if it is a het noun, you just simply don't put anything at the end of the adjective. For example, we have adjective lekker and the noun het brood. Ik eet graag lekker brood. I'd like to eat yummy bread. So let's summarize what we have learned so far. If a noun in a sentence is defined with the and het article in front of the nouns, we just simply add the E at the end of the adjective and put in front of the noun. And if the noun in a sentence is undefined, and originally that is a the noun, we also simply add an E at the end of the adjective in front of the noun. Only one case that we don't add anything to the adjective is the undefined noun, and originally that is an het noun. When we add an E at the end of the adjective, it is important to check the vowels of the adjective. Rules number 1. Long vowels maintain long. In Dutch, if two identical vowels stand next to each other, it is called a long vowel. For example, we have the adjective groot. When we put the E at the end, we should have grote with one O, because that is a Dutch spelling rules. Here are some similar examples. Laag, lage. Rood, rode. Duur, dure. Langzaam, langzame. Heet, heter. Rules number 2. Short vowels maintain short. So let's take an example of adjective dun. It means thin. You can see the U in between the two consonants D and N. So in this case, in Dutch spelling rules, they define this as a short vowel. So if a short vowel, when you put an E, you should double the ending consonant. And here it is. Dun, dunner. Dik, dikker. Wit, witter. And last but not least, if an adjective ends with an F, the F should be changed to V before you're adding E at the end. For example, positief, positiever, negatief, negatiever. Koud, kouder. Nieuw, nieuwer. Vriendelijk, vriendelijker. Makkelijk, makkelijker. And that's all for today's lesson. And don't forget to like my video and subscribe my channels for more videos. Succes en tot de volgende keer.